Wake up before 5 a.m., go for a run or do some yoga, eat some good food, read some books, meditate, the list could go on and on. If I tell you that to become a productive human being, you need to do all of this stuff first thing in the morning, what would you feel? I don't know about you, but here I am just thinking about it and it's already draining the energy out of me. Well, for sure, there are also a lot of people doing it without even blinking or thinking. My point is, a great and effective morning routine varies from person to person. Creating a morning routine is not about who can do the most or check off the most boxes than the others. Instead, it is about allowing yourself to begin your day with confidence, peace, and a positive attitude. People frown upon the thought of a morning routine because it means having a plan, some discipline, and being more motivated than you actually are. Yet, if you think about it, you already have a morning routine. After all, you do the same thing every morning. You're just making morning routines far more complicated than they needed to be, without even realizing it. In this video, we'll help you supercharge a healthy and productive morning routine habit. No fluff, just good advice. Welcome to Thrivetastic. If you're new here, why not hit that subscribe button and join our community? And as always guys, give this video a thumbs up for that YouTube algorithm. The Rock wakes up around 3:30 a.m. every day. He apparently requires some alone time as well as time to work out. He's been doing it for years and it works perfectly for him. He even has a mobile gym that his team picks up and installs wherever he goes. He said that getting up at 3:30 a.m. and performing those two activities are the anchors of his day. Now, you might be wondering if you also need to wake up at ungodly hours. Well, no. However, something is fascinating to note when The Rock discusses his morning routine. The manner he mentions anchors is more valuable than the wake-up time. He requires something to anchor his personal day. He may be one of the most dedicated people in the entertainment industry right now. The Rock can be found anywhere. He is constantly on the move and spends most of his time with other people. He doesn't have much time for himself during the day, and he enjoys being alone. Those extra hours gained by waking up at 3:30 a.m. allow him to do just that, being alone. That anchor provides him with enough energy to get through the day. He plans his day around it and never misses the routine. It serves as the foundation for the rest of the day. That is extremely beneficial. Have you ever had to go somewhere at 4 p.m. on a Sunday and ended up planning your entire day around it? You're sitting here at 1 p.m. doing nothing, waiting for 4 p.m. That's exactly how an anchor feels. So, that is where step 1 will be. Find your anchor. For The Rock, it's 1. Being alone, and 2. Working out. Consider what you need to accomplish every day to function properly. What is it that, if done every day, will improve your day? You may have an inkling of what's good for you, but can't exactly put it into words. If you can't think of something, here's how to find one. Tim Ferriss interviews outstanding performers from many areas and asks them the same questions in his book, Tools of Titans. It is an ingenious approach to collecting comparable insight from different people. But what's even more intriguing is how Tim Ferriss organized it. The book is divided into 3 parts: healthy, wealthy, and wise. Each question he asks fall into one of those categories, and going back to The Rock, his workout and alone time fall into all of them. 1. Working out is beneficial to his health. 2. Working out helps him maintain his body, which is a vital aspect of his brand. After all, he is The Rock, not the Pebble. 3. Alone time gives him the mental space he needs to deal with everything that comes his way during the day. So, to find your anchors, consider these 3 categories and determine which activities will hit at least 2 of them. It's relatively simple in terms of health. Do a home workout, go for a walk or a run. Anything that gets your body moving or nourished is great. And if you already know this, good for you. We don't have to try hard and convince you. Get healthy if you want the simplest and most direct approach to improving your life. Your mind power will improve, as will your mood, and you will be in a better mental and physical state to make better judgments and enjoy life more. For health, well, it depends on your financial goals. Not everyone wants or has the capability to start a business, yet everyone desires a better financial life. Even the tiniest detail matters. If you're unsure where to begin, start by educating yourself. Observe what experts in your field are doing. There are numerous ways to get knowledge, such as watching TED Talks, reading a chapter from a financial book, listening to a podcast, and so on. You really can't make any excuses now like you don't know. This is an information era where everything is one click away. Again, it depends on where you are in life. Are you dealing with anything? Is there something you haven't found a decent answer for? Are there questions you're hesitant to ask because the answer scares you? Now is a wonderful moment to address those concerns. So, for the first step, find some activities that hit at least two of these areas. You might be wondering, why two, not one? Well, it's because it's quite simple to match them up. You can listen to a podcast while running, you may work out while watching YouTube videos. These activities should last 30 to 90 minutes and will serve as your anchors from now on. They will be the foundation of your mornings. They will also establish the tone for the remainder of your day. Before we dig deep into our next step, by this point you might already have some ideas of what your anchors will be. How about sharing it with us in the comment section down below? Let's all strive for a more productive day and build enjoyable and effective morning habits. Step 2. Pick an hour. When most people consider a morning routine, they begin with an unstable early wake-up hour. That sounds wonderful and inspiring. And I'll start waking up at 5 a.m. because that's when all the affluent people wake up. But it's the exact opposite way of figuring things out. There are only a few fortunate people who have the perfect control over their time. After all, new wealth is defined by how much time you have to do anything you want. Yet, for most individuals, your presence is required at some point during the day. You have to go to work, pick up the kids from school, attend that class, you name it. The further you progress in life, the more time-bound commitments you have. In the current setting, while most individuals work from home, your time obligations may be more flexible. In that case, choose an hour when you start working. For some of us, that's between 8 and 9 a.m., then you got 2 hours backward. If you start working at 9 a.m., you will wake up at 7 a.m. If you start working at 5:30 o'clock, you will join the rock and wake up at 3:30. Everything is dependent on what you have to do and what is expected of you. A sustainable and consistent habit is more vital than an Instagrammable wake-up hour. For example, if you work night shifts, in this instance your wake-up hour may be at 2 p.m., which is just okay. What you do in the first 90 minutes is all that matters. Step 3. Eat the frog. Remember the video where we talked about eating the frog first? Well, let's do a recap. What is that frog? We mentioned this before in our previous video. It is that thing that keeps on croaking at the back of your head. Any activities that you hate so much but still need to do. Perhaps it's an email you keep putting off, a conversation you were supposed to have 3 weeks ago, or anything in the back of your mind that stresses you out. And that's what you do after those first 90 minutes. It may take 10 minutes or 3 hours, but now is the greatest time to do it because you have momentum from your anchors and your productivity is at its peak. And that's all there is to it. It's not difficult to establish a healthy morning habit. You only need 3 simple steps. All that remains is to put it into action. Start by really waking up. Pause the video now and set an alarm for tomorrow morning, at whichever time you'd like. Don't snooze it, okay? Let us know why you chose that time in the comment section down below. Did you know that Warren Buffett has had the same routine for 55 years? In the morning, he gets into his car and drives 5 minutes to work. On the way, he stops by McDonald's to get one of 3 breakfasts depending on what money his wife left out for him in the morning. He's been doing this since 1967. You might be puzzled right now. This habit doesn't really fit in any of our categories: healthy, wealthy, and wise. True, but it's something he looks forward to doing every morning, and it's part of his personality. Perhaps you enjoy listening to the birds in the morning, playing catch with your dog, or painting. These are some of the characteristics that define you. Add these to your morning routine on top of those anchors to make things more fun and sustainable in the long run. Thank you for watching this Thrivetastic video. So if you found it valuable, consider subscribing to our channel and joining our awesome community. And if you're still hungry for more, we handpicked this awesome Thrivetastic video for you to watch next.